Hey guys, it's Archie Luxury on the Archie Luxury channel. And today, guys, I want to talk about douchebag collectors. Douchebag collectors. And I got to talk to you especially about douchebag Rolex collectors. And I got to be totally honest with you. In my line of work as a YouTube celebrity, I seem to come across a hell of a lot of weirdos. And I've got to be totally honest with you there. The biggest douchebags in this collecting area here seem to be the people who collect the look at me, look at me, look at me, the hot Rolex models. And I'm not singling out people who have a Cermet or a Pepsi, but the reality is the biggest douchebags, bag collectors, they, how do I put this politely? They always want the hottest. They have no taste or opinion themselves. They're always after the popular. They're like somebody who, say for example, Labradoodles were popular. They would want a Labradoodle. They would tell you how wonderful the Labradoodle as a pet would be. As soon as it was no longer in vogue, they'd send it to the pound. And that's how I feel about a lot of these douchebag collectors. They are so into the hot stuff, but they don't really have any. They just want, look at me, look at me, look at me. I recently was contacted by a total douchebag collector. I'd done some consultancy work for him. And, he proceeded to tell me his net worth. He proceeded to tell me how great he was going. He proceeded to tell me how busy and successful he is. And then, obviously, he said the customary wristwatch shot, Hulk driving a Mercedes SUV, Mercedes-Benz. And just douchebag, douchebag, douchebag. Absolute douchebag collectors. And I gotta be totally honest with you there. The biggest douchebag collectors, what you find is when you talk to them, okay, so initially they come to you as Rolex people. They want the Hulk or the Cermet, they want the Pepsi, they want the Panda, they want the Batman or Batgirl, all the hot Rolexes. Then you say, oh, have you ever thought about Patek? And immediately, there's only two lines in Patek they're interested in: Nautilus and Aquanaut. That's it. No mention of Grand Classics or Calatravas. No. It's all Aquanaut, Nautilus. Look at me, look at me. If you then mentioned AP, it'd be Royal Oak. They want the popular, the winner ones. Now, this douchebag collector's also now venturing into Vacheron Overseas. That seems to be a hot one at the moment there. And this is the thing. These douchebags, I don't know if they really like watches. Maybe it's just an ego thing. They were unloved. They were bullied at school. But these douchebags, they all seem to want the look at me, look at me, look at me type pieces. And I got to be honest with you. Yes, I quite like the Pepsi. I like the Panda. I like the Hulk, the Cermet. Yes, I do. But that's not all there is to Rolex. I personally, I really love, quick wristwatch check, I really love the Milgauss. I'm wearing a Z Blue today. Milgauss, I think that is a beautiful watch. Beautiful three-hander, no date, simple. I even love the polished center links there. It's just a gorgeous watch you could wear every day for the rest of your life without any problem whatsoever. It's just a great keeper. It's a great keeper of a watch. And why wouldn't you just enjoy it? But see, the douchebag, it's always the cutting edge in popularity. Customary Mercedes-Benz or BMW wristwatch, I don't know what it is. Douchebags seem to be, as far as the cars go, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Porsche, just douchebag central. It just seems to be, look at me, look at me, look at me. I don't know, did they not get love as a kid? Were they bullied or beaten up at school? I don't know what it is there. But these sort of collectors, are they really enthusiasts? Do they love watches, or do they just want the hot, look at me models? And it really makes me wonder. Sometimes I get approached and, it's funny. They don't even realize it. They just want the popular models. The funny thing is, many years ago, the Nautilus and Aquanaut, they weren't that hot. They were cool, but they weren't really that hot because they were so different to Patek's conservative genre. And, I think if you bought a Nautilus then, points to you. But it's these douchebags, they seem to jump on the bandwagon when it's cool and popular. They got no original thought themselves. And they're very, very flavor of the month. And they will quickly pump and dump. A lot of these douchebags tend to be flippers as well. Flip. And they're not collectors or enthusiasts. They're just absolute douchebags. Customary Mercedes-Benz and Rolex pick, just absolute douchebags. And this hobby seems to attract that. It's a very trendy hobby at the moment. They are expensive. It's hard to get. They got to have all the look at me. I think in many ways, the collectors who really, really go in for this sort of stuff, something is lacking in their psyche. They're seeking attention. They're seeking something that they just can't seem to find or put a finger on. And I got to tell you, I've met some real douchebags in this hobby. And yeah, that's the facts of life. Douchebags and Rolex, it just goes together so well. I got nothing against these models. I quite like them, but when somebody likes them solely because of what other people think, that's what kind of, it's kind of icky. The Explorer 2 Polar, that was not liked. That's why I loved it. I like to do the opposite to the trends. And in early 2000s, people didn't like the no-date sub. It was kind of, no-date sub. They didn't like that. And I love the no-date. Now the no-date is kind of trendy. I prefer to have the date. So I tend to do the opposite to the community, to the to the to popular opinion. But the douchebag collector, douchebag collector, it's really quite sad that I don't know what it is really. They just feel they've got to have the trendy shit. So, douchebags, do you know any douchebag collectors yourself? What type of watches do they mainly have there? All the hot models. Oh, they look at me. Guys, tell me what you think, and I will catch you in the next one.